friends, welcome back to my channel. I am super jazzed to be doing my Pan That Palette 4-month update for you guys. I feel like I am just on a path with this palette. Before we can talk about where I'm at though, I'm going to go ahead and show you what my palette looked like after 3 months of usage. All right, are you ready for it? This is what my palette looks like after 4 months of usage. So, I really, at the last update, didn't feel like I was going to see any more pan on this palette for a while. However, I pretty early into the month hit pan on blush. I really made an effort to use blush more often, and I've kind of gotten to the sense where one of my rules that I originally gave myself, I don't necessarily think is realistic at this point. And my original rule was that I wasn't going to allow myself to use any color that wasn't a lid color after I'd initially hit pan on it, until I had pan on most of the shadows in here. But I really kept thinking about the Dusty Rose color, and I kept thinking to myself, like, I really feel like for whatever reason that Dusty Rose and blush would look good together. And I was right. So I allowed myself, as you can see here, I did widen, not substantially, but I did widen the Dusty Rose pan, and that really also helped me create a really nice showing of pan here on the blush color. You'll also notice that Apricot and I are no longer going to be friends. I put a little X next to Apricot because I tried, you guys. I just can't get this color to work. And at this point, there's so much in here that I do want to really pan that I'm not gonna force myself. So this is gonna be popped out and it will be gone. It will go into the abyss the way Deep Teal, Caviar Indigo, and Lilac have. I personally feel like even though that would officially mark my 5th shadow, I still feel like this can be a great accomplishment. I also really worked diligently on Wisteria. It took quite a bit of the month to get that little tiny bit of pan to show, but I was really kind of burrowing in this one area. I noticed that with most of the ones that I've hit pan on, it was in the center, and it's going to be kind of a pain to, if I do want to commit to fully panning it, it will be a pain to try to get the rest of the pan to be worked through. I'm not going to repress any of these. These are too small for me to really put forth the effort to do that. I also allowed myself to use Smoky Topaz. Again, I don't think it's going to be anything that's super noticeable, but I feel like with these two colors, I really am just now wanting to focus on them more. I also tried really hard with Sienna to get some pan to show there. I spent a lot of time working with that this month, but didn't quite make it happen. I feel like if I keep working with it in that little corner, I will get pan to show through. Also, super frustrating, I have spent quite a few looks with Sepia, and this color I just feel like doesn't show that I've put forth much effort with it. The same thing with Orchid. I actually, fun fact, in April went to Maine. You guys maybe saw the vlog that I did. I'll put it in the cards if you want to check it out. I didn't bring any blush with me or highlighter. I, like, for whatever reason, forgot to pack those. So I used Opal as my highlighter, which was lovely, and then I ended up using Orchid as my blush. I did like the way it looked, but my only qualm was that it didn't last very long on my cheeks. Like, I felt like after a few hours it kind of wore away. But it's good to know that I could potentially use these as face products if I needed to. But again, I feel like you can't really see a lot of noticeable usage out of these. So please know that I'm not intentionally neglecting them. I am using them, but we're just not making a lot of progress. My goals for this for next month are definitely to work more on these lid colors. I really want to get one of these used up. You can see I've put a good bit of effort into sand since the last month, and it's because sand works well with copper, with sienna, with sepia, with camel. Like, there's a lot of tones in here that I can pull in for my crease color that work well with it. So sand has kind of been the favorite child this month for lid colors. Cashmere is then next in line. I've been saving vanilla because secretly vanilla is my favorite child and I want to like make her last as long as possible. But I am now at the point where I kind of really want to get moving on one of these and sort of dig my heels in and see how far I could get if I really focus on one of these lid colors throughout the entire month. But really, I don't see myself, aside from Sienna, hitting pan on any more of these. My goal at this point with some of the ones that I have pan on is to kind of widen that pan because those are the shades that I seem to really like the most. Not to say that I don't want to hit pan eventually on brown and stone like these two here because I would, but I really would like to see myself make some progress on widening some of these pans and just seeing where I can go with that. The only other thing we haven't talked about yet is a cream color. I have found that fawn I really don't like the look of. It's too stark. It's like a noticeable color that you can see, not necessarily like a helping me blend color. So I naturally went back into the tresses of my makeup collection to pull out a cream color, and I didn't have to go very far. I pulled out my Kardashian Beauty Touch Tones and I did some work on that cream color. When I'm done with this, I'm planning on popping over to this one. It's like basically the same color, I would say. They're like very, very similar to each other. And I'm probably just gonna focus for a while on my drugstore type shadows that have a cream in it and working through those. I know some of you have told me that you feel like I should just buy a single, but frankly, I don't want to buy singles when I have colors in here. And the reality is, like, yes, I'm going to wipe out at some point these shades, but I would rather get usage out of them because there's no guarantee that I'll want to use up this entire palette anyways. So I don't know. That's where I'm at with this. I'm definitely certain that that one will be used up completely, and then we'll see if I can have any usage showing on the next one in that palette. But I'm feeling good about this one, guys. Like, I'm really feeling a lot better than I did even last year, and I really like the Maybelline palette that I was using last year, but I feel like it got really monotonous because there was only so many looks I could make with it. Versus this feels kind of endless. So I'm enjoying it. I look forward to seeing where we get in the month of May, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video real soon. Bye.